On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
That's the view that I look at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom,
like
what
that
about
one, too.
Tom? What about you? Potential side piece. Do you find out the facts or you step your game up?
All right, man. For me, it's if I ever feel uncomfortable in a situation, relationship, or whatever, it's usually I may examine it and take a look at it and figure it out if it's worth trying to step your game up. But I deal in comfort, man. That's just kind of how I am. My life has to vibrate on a certain frequency for what I do for a living. You know what I mean? And I tell anybody that I'll let nothing stand in the way of what I do. You know what I mean? My life is I have to be on when I'm on air. I can't come in with that I got baggage or I got things of that nature because I gotta put on a real show every day. I don't record my stuff. It's all live and it's happening in real time. So that's kind of how I live my life in that aspect. It's like, yo, if it ain't comfortable, it gotta go.
And for you people out there, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Before we get this show started, I want to introduce, we got two guests tonight. Bring up our first guest. He's from Chicago. He's a radio personality on WGCI. I want to bring up Tone. You guys, welcome Tone to the show.
What's everybody?
What's going on, Tone? How you feeling?
I mean, I'm good. Just got off work. Gonna do what I do when I get off work. I have some of my anxiety medicine, and then
Yeah, I hear that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Thank
and
you.
I also want to bring up somebody else. We got Rashawn from 8 at the Table. Some of you guys may be familiar with him. So welcome Rashawn to the show.
What's going on, guys? It's a pleasure being on the show. I think y'all are real humble by it. And y'all all look good, man, for sure.
Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Again, before we get the show started, make sure you guys get the likes up. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share the video. The show just getting started. We hate for somebody to miss the greatest show ever. Our first topic of the night is going to be potential side piece. Potential side piece, right? Possible side piece in the picture. Do you wait to find out for sure? Or do you step your game up within a relationship? I'm gonna say that again. Possible side piece. Do you find out the facts or do you step your game up? I'm gonna start asking a couple people and then everybody else feel free to chime in. I'm not gonna go around because I know it's a lot of us tonight. So I'm gonna start with you, okay? Potential side piece. Do you find out facts or step your game up?
If I was feeling like that, like there was another person, I would ask myself, why do I feel like that? I'm probably doing or not doing something for me to feel like that without any proof. So I would probably, try to see what I can do better if it's a potential, with no proof. And I would absolutely just directly communicate with my man about it. I would communicate and introspect and see what I could do better to ease my own, I guess, anxiety about that, especially, no proof. I wouldn't go accusing or anything like that.
Hey, Kay, I got a question for you really quickly.
Oh, man. You put your hood on.
No, listen, I'm all about love. I got my ace up under me. Luck. What's up, Luck? Luck, I got my girl down for me. I got my girl under me. So I'm good tonight. I'm feeling great. But no, my question is, what about woman's intuition? You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times women are pretty accurate when they start to get that little intuition or whatever. Like, do you ignore that without the proof, considering what you just said, or do you start to lean into that a little bit more? Or can you even help yourself from starting to get a little bit more curious, considering that you do have that intuition? I think that women a lot of times lean into it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I know that women's intuition is a thing, right? If you feel like something is happening, that's why I said I would communicate about it. I wouldn't just I wouldn't launch an investigation or anything like that. Like I would try to make sure I'm being my best self. I would talk directly to my man about my feelings and what's going on, I'm not going to enlist my friends and stuff to start a full-fledged investigation based on nothing. Mm-mm.
And you got to be careful with that too. Like, I understand women intuition. First of all, men have intuition as well too. Like if you study your woman, like you can tell when something's off as well, because when another man is implementing his thoughts on your woman, she start reflecting that as well. And now you're not only talking to her, you're talking to somebody else as well when she talks. But you got to be in tune. But you got to be really careful, because is it intuition or is this person bringing it's a fine line between that. What if this person has traumas, or she bringing in other bricks from her last relationship because somebody else did something, now she's on edge and you doing the same.
Mm-hmm.
If you kind of move in a certain way, she like, oh, you must be cheating, right? So like you got to be careful with all of that. We only move off of knowledge, right, and understanding. So you gotta, if you don't got no facts, you can't just start running around accusing people of things, something that you don't have no facts about. And I think that for me, if I feel like my woman is cheating, I'm one, like I don't feel like look at that. If I feel like my woman is cheating, I don't move off of feelings. I don't move off of feelings now, because at the end of the day, a lot of times when people start doing that, the reason why they projecting what they actually doing a lot of times, because they might be cheating. So they trying to find a way to make them justify their own cheating, so they can plot to see like, oh well, you know what I mean? Like they could feel justified doing what they're doing because they feel as though they're projecting also on you. So it's just fine lines between anything. Sometimes you could be right though. Sometimes you do have an intuition, and sometimes it could be right, but always never accuse anything without dealing with facts. And that's the view that I look at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom,
like
what
that
about
answer.
Tom? What about you? Potential side piece. Do you find out the facts or you step your game up?
All right, man. For me, it's if I ever feel uncomfortable in a situation, a relationship, or whatever, it's usually I may examine it and take a look at it and figure it out if it's worth trying to step your game up. But I deal in comfort, man. That's just kind of how I am. My life has to vibrate on a certain frequency for what I do for a living. You know what I mean? And I tell anybody that I'll let nothing stand in the way of what I do. You know what I mean? My life I have to be on when I'm on air. I can't come in with that I got baggage or I got things of that nature, because I gotta put on a real show every day. I don't record my stuff. It's all live and it's happening in real time. So that's kind of how I live my life in that aspect. It's like, yo, if it ain't comfortable, it gotta go.